Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
Oh, he's going to yell at you. Today we were joking like he needs some tea or need a lozenge or something. He's losing his voice. But he's bringing it every day. I mean, he's bringing his all, and that's what we expect. So, I mean, if he's going to bring it all, we're going to bring out everything that we got too.
Smoot on Joe Cullen. Yeah. It's funny. Everybody has those impressions of Joe Cullen.
Yeah.
Who, honestly, I don't think has been, like, crazy loud out there. Like, I thought it was just day one, man. I mean,
he's been he's had his moments, for sure, but he's been a little more reserved.
Does the mic drown him out a little bit? Cover him up a little bit, you know, like the announcements on the microphone.
Oh, no, come on now, because no, that mic's not loud enough. I just think that he realizes that this is a marathon, it's not a sprint, and he's in charge of more than his defensive line. He has to make sure this whole thing is looking the way he wants it to look. So I think it's just a lot more on his plate, and he can't focus just on one group of people where he can yell at him the whole time.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Hey, let's hear a little bit. We're only here for another 45 minutes or so because the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp have a doubleheader here on ESPN 690 today. And get on out to the game, by the way. Catch the Jumbo Shrimp. They're home. They're, I think, only 2-week homestand of the year. It's their first one. I think it's their only one. Time's running out, right? Their season's done in the middle of September. And they've played well. They won again last night, won 10 out of the last 12. So go check them out. Check out the Jumbo Shrimp. Weather's been a little bit iffy, but it's actually been pretty cool because of the overcast skies. So whatever the radar looks like, well, I don't know. But go out and check out the game. If you can't, in your car, you can listen to the Jumbo Shrimp action right here on ESPN 690, your home for Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp baseball, ESPN 690. Let's hear from Urban Meyer a little bit today. I talked earlier about winners and losers. That was kind of the headline of the day. I mean, every single play today had a winner and a loser.
Yeah.
I mean, like every take we have, every subject, every minute, that means Casey has to decide winner or loser.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Had a busy day.
I'm not mad at it. Did you see Manhurts versus Tebow?
I did not.
Okay.
It was not on that portion. I heard about Manhurts got the better of Tebow.
In terms of run blocking.
Tebow bounced back, though.
Yeah.
And then I think I did see a later rep that Tebow won against Manhurts. So that wasn't in the initial reps.
Yeah.
But it was another rep that Tebow won. So, yeah, I think the headline was, Manhurts is manhandling Tim Tebow in the blocking game. But I think it was actually the story also could be a nice little comeback by Tebow in that regard. So I think he's going to take a little bit of his lumps against a guy like Manhurts now. I was just saying this to some folks today. Manhurts, if you listen to what Urban Meyer said about him when they brought him in, if you listen to what the folks say about this guy from a blocking standpoint, love him.
Well, for sure. But, you know, it's funny because yesterday we talked about the terms of how does Tim Tebow make this team? Because as a receiver in the tight end game, it's probably not going to be enough, once again, if, knock on wood, pending everyone stays healthy. So he also has to make a name for himself in the run blocking game a little bit. Well, today, obviously, he got a taste of that a little bit going up against a guy like Manhurts. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I think, once again, I think that was the initial goal of the drill. But obviously, if you're Tim Tebow, you got to realize, okay, I see what I have to do now. I see what Manhurts brings to the table, and I have to try to, build myself up to that kind of level to make this team.
Yeah, I think that's what you're out there for, and he's got to be able to prove it in that part of the game as well. So, as for the winners and losers, I mean, it was referee Urban Meyer today, and here's what he had to say about the way they attacked practice.
Yeah, we have some winner-loser opportunities. You know, we're going to have to make a decision. A big roster is going to go to a smaller roster, and I think to be fair to players, you know, we all have so much respect for that. This is a way guys make a living, and I don't believe in subjectivity. I believe in what's your record. Every man's got a record. What is it? You are what your record are. If you lose a lot, but you have a lot of potential, that's not real good. It's just over my course of my career, the Ahmad Blacks, I can give you example after example that maybe they're a little slow, but they just never lose. So I try to create those, and as many safe, there's one way to do it, and that's scrimmage forever. You can't do that. You can create scenarios where it's one-on-one, and then everybody's got to score. What's your record?
That's Urban Meyer today on the winners and losers part of practice. It's almost like, okay, doesn't everybody do it like that? You know, doesn't it like that soundbite kind of say, doesn't everybody do this? Don't they keep track? And chart everything and who's going to win and who outperformed? And I think the answer to that is flat out no. I think we've all been around sports to know, especially at the pro level, Austin. This even happens at the collegiate level quite a bit, that that whoever you were invested in as a coach, as a program, as an organization, doesn't matter if they won that month of practice. Doesn't matter if they even outperform the other guy most of the time. You're invested in them, and therefore they get opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And that's the way it goes most often, in sports. Probably even down at the high school level, that's the way it goes.
Here's what Urban Meyer's bringing to the table that I haven't seen a lot of coaches bring to the table in terms of philosophy about how he's going about these winners and losers types of days. Yes, there are drills where you win and you lose. Team run, 7-on-7, one-on-ones in the trenches with offensive line and the defensive line, whether, you're doing your pass rush moves or you're doing the run game. There are competitions, there are drills set up for you to succeed or fail. And obviously your peers see that as well. But what Urban Meyer understands, and what I gauged from that the press conference right there, is a little soundbite, is that he understands the fundamental basics of football. And it's something that nobody ever really talks about. We always talk about 11 on 11. You have to have a great defense. You have to have a great offense. But when you whittle it down, it's a battle of one-on-ones. If your guys on the field can win their one-on-one battle, whether it's a cornerback versus a wide receiver, whether it's a linebacker versus a running back, whether it's a defensive end versus an offensive tackle, if your guys can win their one-on-one battles and more of your guys can win than lose, well, then you have a chance to be successful. And that, to me, is what Urban Meyer's preaching right now. And it's very cool to hear, because I think sometimes coaches want to complicate so many things with new schemes, new blitzes, new offensive, criteria, whatever the case may be. But Urban Meyer is literally bringing it back down to the basics of football. And he's saying, hey, whether it's tight end versus tight end, whether it's safety versus running back, safety versus tight end, whatever the case may be, you got to win your one-on-one battles. And what happens when the spotlight's on you and we're announcing winners and losers? I think it's a great thing that he's bringing to practice. Once again, I haven't really seen a lot of this on other NFL fields, but I think it's kind of one of his little, he's got his thumbprint on this team, and it's what he's bringing, and I'm a huge fan of it.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. Is there a danger zone in a way to putting this all out on paper and on a sheet and saying who wins, who loses, who makes the team, when – I'll use the most absurd of examples. C.J. Beathard has a better percentage, less interceptions, all the rest than Trevor Lawrence. C.J. Beathard's our starting quarterback, Yeah. I mean, I was just trying to be as absurd as I could. Yeah. But, is there a little bit of a danger zone saying, hey, because the way Urban said it, it's like, listen, we're not going to make this subjective. This is going to be boom, boom, boom. Well, if the paper doesn't lie, and the stats don't lie, and the wins, losses don't lie, I just wonder at the end of the day, do people have a right to come up and be like, no. Hey, I didn't make the team. Why? I won like 80% of my reps.
See, but here's the problem. The reps that you're getting right now in winners and losers, this has nothing to do with you making the team. The reps right now with winners and losers is going to get you opportunities in the preseason games. You will make your money in the preseason. If you show out, if you have big games in the preseason games, well, then they're going to be forced to sign you. These winner and losers things, all this is doing right now is giving you opportunities. Just because you go maybe 5-0 in your group or whatever does not mean you're going to make the team. Doesn't matter if you're an undrafted free agent or if you're a seasoned veteran. What these winners and losers drills are doing is giving you the opportunity to get more playing time in the preseason games. And then what you do with that when the lights are the brightest, when everybody's watching, that's when you're going to make the team or not.
That makes sense. I do think there's an underbelly of this that kind of puts culture in play and says we win every rep, every play matters, everything matters that we do. And listen, a lot of that is coach speak. A lot of people do that. You have to sometimes attack it in different ways. And I think what this does is subtly say everything's a competition. Kind of go back to what Tom Coughlin would say about winning lunch. That mentality, it's like, well, getting to the lunch table is a competition.
No, for sure.
I think there's an underbelly. There's like a subconscious that Urban Meyer's kind of training these guys like on every rep when he does a practice like this to be like, well, when it's not your teammate and when it's not about your roster spot, when it is in that preseason game or when it's against Houston on Sunday, this same mentality takes place.
But it's also ironic, though, too, because he's conducting these drills right now, and these drills aren't for the seasoned veterans. These drills are for the young guys. Because if you're a veteran like Miles Jack or like a Josh Allen, Jahad Ward, you know if you messed up in practice, and you know if you had a bad play.
Yeah.
And if you're a seasoned veteran and you go about your business like you're supposed to, that's going to eat at you. Like, you don't ever want to lose in practice, whether it's a one-on-one, whether someone beats you to a drill. Like, if you're truly a veteran and part of the culture and want to be a pillar of this team, everything's got to eat at you. So they already understand that. They don't need a guy on the microphone speaking in monotone saying, "Oh, this guy won, this guy lost." Like, that's just extra fluff for guys like Jahad Ward and Josh Allen and Harris and all these guys. What you need, though, is for the young guys to understand this. Because some of the younger guys could be like, okay, so I lost one. What's the big deal? And I think every first year, second year guy thinks like that. Heck, I thought like that. You get a little too comfortable. You get a little too complacent. These drills are designed to make you uncomfortable, uncomplacent. And when they call you a loser, well, how are you going to respond to that?
Yeah.
So I feel like these drills are set up more for the younger guys. But keep in mind, one of the youngest teams in the NFL, more than the veterans like we always speak of.
Yeah, let's hear from Urban Meyer a little bit more. Earlier in the show, we were talking about C.J. Henderson. Here's what Urban Meyer had to say about the second-year player out of Florida.
I think it's been November, October since last he played, and I have no idea. I mean, a really talented guy, good guy. It's almost like okay, he's back, COVID. Okay, he's back, 3-day acclimatization after COVID. Okay, he's back, though. That's coming either tomorrow or the next day.
So that's on C.J. Henderson. That's a little bit of a different tone than what Urban Meyer and Trent Baalke were saying in the spring, and that it really isn't it's not on C.J. Henderson. I mean, COVID stuff is frustrating for everybody.
Yeah.
But if you go back to some of the thoughts when asked about C.J. Henderson, like, man, this guy's great. We love this guy. This guy's going to be a big part of it. This is all the rest. Well, you sensed a little bit of frustration, like any coach would have. It's like, man, I want to get him on the field. And but by the way, I got to believe C.J. Henderson has more of that frustration than anybody.
Sure. No, I mean, absolutely. This is a guy that wants to show what he has to a new regime who really doesn't know what he has.
Yeah.
So there's nothing more frustrating than trying to prove your worth, than trying to show, like, hey, I belong here. I deserve to be a starter, and you can't do that. And essentially it's with COVID, so it's not – I mean, once again, there's precautions to say, well, you can't get it or whatever the case may be, but it's essentially out of his control right now.
Yeah.
And it's not an injury. It's COVID. So that's got to be very frustrating for him.
I think there are so many differences between the college game and the NFL game. Some people think Urban Meyer won't be able to handle it. There's a track record of other people and coaches that have not had success at the NFL level after even having college success. Now, few people have had the college success that Urban Meyer has had. I think you got to remind yourself of that. Third winningest coach all time from a percentage standpoint. Mm-hmm. So this guy just knows success. He breathes success. That's what he's all about. It's like he won't fail. So I think that's why this has a really good chance to work in Jacksonville. How big, who knows? But one of the differences, we talked about this the other day with Trevor Lawrence, and he did too. It's why he's leaning on the NFL guys. For the 2-minute drill is different. The clock doesn't stop on first down. The hash marks are different. College to the NFL. The other thing that's really different for a guy like Urban Meyer is you can't bring in 110 guys to your roster and keep them all.
Correct.
You got 90 guys, and you got to cut 37 of them.
Yeah.
And that's coming up in a few weeks. Here's Urban Meyer on cutting guys.
Colleagues that, you got to, and that's going to be a tough deal. You know the way I am about, we all are. I just start thinking about these are guys' careers. We can't be wrong. It's not fair to that player. So that's why a lot of it's charted and, not charted when it's not competitive. That's not fair. So now when it gets competitive, everybody's going to have a score. Here's your score. Now that won't be the final decision.
So that's Urban Meyer. And I mean, listen, most coaches are going to say it's the hardest part about it. Absolutely. But I think what I like what Urban Meyer just said is kind of like he said around Trevor Lawrence in the first pick and the first however many picks they had. Can't get it wrong. Mm-hmm. Like there's that sense of urgency about it, and it's on them. He takes a lot of accountability. Say, hey, we got to get this thing right. We got to make the right decisions about it. Let's hear one more from Urban Meyer. And people are starting to wonder about this now that we're 10 days away from the first preseason game. We have a preseason this year that will have 3 preseason games. That's unusual. That's different. How will coaches treat it? How will Urban Meyer treat it? Will the first one be like the first one usually is? The second one, same thing. The starters play a little bit more. Third one, they play the most. And then that fourth one that used to be, well, the starters didn't play most of the time anyway. Yeah. That was to try to win a last final spot if you were on the bubble. So is that the way it goes down? Or will one of those games still be treated like a fourth preseason game? Here's what Urban Meyer had to say when asked if Trevor will play against the Cleveland Browns.
There's a reason why I hired Bevel and Schottenheimer, veteran quarterback coaches at this level, also veteran quarterback coaches with young players. So we have not had that dialogue yet. It's all about, I think today was red zone. That will come at the appropriate time. But I'm going to really lean heavily on those guys.
That's interesting. That is not even a hint toward if Trevor Lawrence will play and how he approaches it. See, I think that might be Urban leaning on Schottenheimer and Bevel when it comes to Trevor, but it's more philosophical at how Urban Meyer feels about these three games, right? Is the whole idea to be, which is every coach's idea, be as healthy as possible.
Yeah.
You know, go all the way back to the Rams where they played nobody. Is the idea to go back to 2017 where basically the Jags were like beat up going into that games because they had this crazy hard training camp. And they played starters even more. We're like, whoa, the starters are back in again? They're coming in again? They're still playing? There was a little bit of that back in 17 with Tom Coughlin and Doug Marrone. The philosophy of Urban Meyer and the figuring of that out. You know what I've kind of succumbed to in my theory on preseason? Keep your fingers crossed and just get lucky. Because I think there's a variety of ways to do it. The bottom line is you made it to the regular season, you made it to September, and you're primarily healthy, you did it the right way. But that could change from year to year, however you treated that. And also, how do you come out of the chute in September can often be criticized at how you dealt with the preseason games and your training camp.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the whole goal of the preseason games is to evaluate your talent. Well, you have talent right now, and a lot of these guys were here last year who went 1-15. So you have to do your due diligence, and you have to make sure that you evaluate these guys and say, like, who the starters are going to be. Because right now, I mean, yeah, you have some of your bona fide starters, and we all get that, but there's still some competition up for grabs. So if that's the case, you got to get your starters in there, and then you have to keep your starters in there a little longer than maybe you'd like to just to see what they're made of and then bring the twos in. So I think there's a lot of battles up for grabs, more than I think a lot of teams out there. And in order to find out, well, who's going to be the starter week 1 against Houston, guys got to be out there playing.
Yeah. It'll be the time frame between the last game, which is the 29th of August, and having a full 2 weeks to get to the game, which I guess isn't like, it's probably a few days difference than what it normally is. It begs the question, I don't know how I'd handle that. The 2 weeks is nice because you can rest, recover, all those things should be ready to go. But if you rest at all and just don't play a lot at all in that final preseason game, well, now you're talking about the 24th or something. Now you're almost 3 weeks removed from playing in a game. And is it like restarting the car after a cold winter's night? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. And that's what they have to figure out. But I think this is friendly for the teams to be able to at least still recover after that final preseason game. I'd be surprised if anybody went into the second half at any point in the preseason from a starter perspective. I don't think it's going to happen.
But do you think a guy like Joe Cullen coming from Baltimore, who Baltimore hasn't lost a preseason game in 5 years, do you think there's going to be more incentive to win these games? Do you think there's a correlation to winning preseason games and having success in the regular season? Because if that's the case, then you can expect these starters to be out there for a lot longer.
Yeah, yes, in front of a microphone, no in the offices.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're never going to sit there and be like, yeah, we want to make sure win. Like, Mike Mularkey was really big on that. We want to win the preseason games. We want to get that culture built. I think every coach believes that and feels that, but not at the risk of bringing a guy back in and maybe getting him hurt because he ran him an extra 3 plays. I think most people side these days on that side of it. Get him out of the game, keep him healthy, bubble wrap him up for the regular season. We'll see how they treat it. It's going to be interesting to watch. This is all new. Nobody has an urban blueprint for this kind of stuff. We'll be back. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690.
we're just thinking about being champions. We're just thinking about stacking days and just buying in. That's all we really can do. We're just going to attack every day and just go at it like we're going to win it all.
That is the one, Smoot. I was just thinking of this. DeJuan Smoot, A.J. Cann, heck, Tyler Shatley, Brandon Linder, I guess would fall in this category. Those guys have to be the most tenured Jags. Heck, Jared Wilson at 5 years probably getting pretty close. I haven't looked this up, but
Yeah.
most tenured Jag might be Brandon Linder.
I would
years?
say Brandon Linder, yes.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
But keep in mind now, A.J. Cann, I think, is year 7 around here. Smoot would be close to that. If not
Shatley's
that,
been here since 14.
Shatley is probably then a year behind Linder.
Mm-hmm.
I think Linder was a third-round pick in 13. Maybe he was 14, though. Came in with Bortles?
14.
He was. Yeah, he came in with Bortles. So they're the same. The two most tenured Jaguars are Linder and Shatley.
Crazy. Tell you, man, Shatley's a survivor. That's why I'm calling DeJuan Smoot,
I like that.
the defensive Tyler Shatley.
All right, hey, give us a story out of New York. We got the Shrimp coming up in about 20 minutes or so, so this is our last segment. We're going to do golf picks since I won last week, and so we'll do that again.
What tournament is it, though, guys?
WGC Championships.
What does that stand for?
World
Golf Championship.
Okay.
It's names you know.
It's only good players. You have to call it like you can't.
Yeah, listen.
But is this a tournament that I know, though?
You were asking me about NBA players that I don't even know. At least we're
Sure.
going to include
They have
names
pictures.
that you
There's
know.
pictures on the website.
Okay. Oh, there is?
Yeah, definitely.
WGC.com or what? Or just like the
Just type in WGC FedEx St. Jude.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
So
And sorry, real quick, where's this taking place so I know like how to
Memphis, Tennessee.
Ooh, home of barbecue and some soul music. Okay, I like this. That's what, we're gonna add those things to the list. I like
Beale
that.
Street.
Okay,
Or isn't
okay.
it Beale? Is it Beale?
Never been to Memphis, Tennessee.
Never been to Memphis.
Yeah,
Tennessee
Beale's like
either.
the main street there, I think.
Okay.
I think it's Beale. That sounds funny to me, but I think I'm right.
Okay.
As we transition from that to our guy,
We'll get
Joe
back to
Looney.
that in a moment. No, I mean, we'll get back to the golf in a moment.
Gotcha. So we got Joe Looney here, who was a veteran offensive lineman, played for the Cowboys for a bit. Most well known for, you might remember this a couple years ago at training camp. He dressed up like Zeke with the half jersey, ran out, confused some fans. So
Yeah.
this is our guy. So 3 days ago, Joe signed with the Giants. He then said running penalty laps and working hard was something he was looking forward to. He embraced it. Well, come yesterday or 2 days ago, there was a little bit of a fight, as we talked about, Daniel Jones at the bottom of the pile, which, by the way, Trevor
Where it
Lawrence,
belongs.
we talked about this earlier, Trevor Lawrence would never be at the bottom of any pile.
Thank you.
He's a fighter. Daniel
Thank
Jones, I
you.
think, just went down.
Daniel Jones, hey, he turtled up and just laid there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Sons and 4. Go ahead and
Yes.
lay down.
You
Sons
guys are
and
going to
4.
be so disappointed when Daniel Jones lights up the NFC East.
Well,
this year.
it'll be about time, huh? How many years is you going to give him? You just talked about how if you don't do good after your first year.
I didn't throw 28 picks.
Well, do you want to see the stats? Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. Go on, Casey.
So after said fight, there was a lot of running by Joe Judge and whatnot, and
Old school, yep.
later that day, I guess the decision was made, and today it came out. Joe Looney has decided to hang it up because he's sick of that.
Is it directly related to that?
Well, there's been some comments from Giants players that make you believe that. Sterling Shepard said, if you don't like how things are being run here, you leave. And he's now the third Giants player to retire since camp started. So
Really?
apparently there's a couple guys that aren't liking it.
I don't think it might have something to do with the running, but keep in mind, Joe Looney's a veteran, right? Like this isn't like a first-year guy here. Like he's been in the league for a while. I think he saw his starting quarterback on the ground in the fetal position. He got a little offended. He's like, I have to block for this guy? Excuse me? Deuces.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. I'd rather quit than block for Daniel Jones.
There's something terrific about you hope you can get to this phase in life.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And you still got to pull the trigger on it. Many people don't want to end things on a sour note. But I love the fact that Joe Looney's played enough in the league, made enough in the league, that even if this was the reason why, he's like, I ain't doing 100-yard gassers and push-ups
Mm-hmm.
because of a fight, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know,
See
like you hope to have that kind of leverage where you're like, I'm not cutting another spot today. See you guys. I'm out.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
Like,
For sure.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate that. Like, I think that's good. Whether that's really the root of the reason or not, that's something awesome about that.
But am I seriously wrong here, though? Because keep in mind, this guy's career here got drafted back in 2012, so long career. Played in San Francisco, would have been with Alex Smith. Played with the Tennessee Titans, would have been Marcus Mariota. Played with, the Dallas Cowboys, would have been Dak Prescott, obviously. And I think those three quarterbacks, they're tough. They're gritty type of dudes, right? Would you disagree with that? I mean,
they are gritty.
Yeah, Mariota played with some injuries. Obviously, Alex Smith, say no more.
Yeah, Mariota. Yeah.
Okay. And then Dak Prescott. I mean, I think overall his teammates enjoy his presence.
Tried to replace his dislocated ankle.
No, for sure. And then you go to a large market like the New York Giants, a team on the come up a little bit, and you look in your locker room, there's a guy by the name of Daniel Jones. And I think we aren't giving this enough attention where when you find yourself in the bottom of a pile in the fetal position, now I haven't seen the video, but it's what I've been reading. The guy was in the bottom of the pile. I think Joe Looney's like, no, I'm not blocking for you. We'll see you later.
Got some breaking news out of the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp that involves our end time of this program.
Did they cancel? Push back?
They have been delayed. So if our feet are not in the parking lot, we can continue this program until about 5:10.
It's not raining, though.
There we go.
All right.
We don't have to.
In the area.
No, it's cool.
They're not playing the game in our parking lot.
Then let's get it.
I can run like a half hour
carry the
commercials.
freight the rest of the way. I can't.
Oh, no, it's all good, man. I got you.
I mean, I'm a lot like that. I operate a lot like
Pressure?
If you tell me I'm out at 4:45, right, or if you say, okay, we're done doing this, and then add stuff, I'm like,
yeah.
That's
It's a
why I
bummer.
couldn't be a news reporter. I don't.
That's why I don't go to meetings.
Because what happens with the news reporters is their shift's about ready to end. They worked a hard day for them, and they
shots from coworkers, man, unbelievable.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
They do 2 packages on the day, tell stories a lot of times about the not greatest of things,
Yeah.
And I always feel for them when they come back to the station and then that phone rings and it's like breaking news.
Yeah.
And they have to go right back out.
Yeah.
And sometimes to like Brunswick or Palatka, an hour away, or wherever it is. And it's like, that would drive me crazy because just I'm a little bit scheduled like that. Like, okay, I'm getting home. I'm going to do this, or whatever.
Yep.
And you can't do it.
Nope, for sure.
So, and especially at the late night crew, because it's not like you've got another set of crew coming in. Like if you're done at 6:30, well, then you've got more people kind of that could go to that breaking news.
Yeah.
The late night crew doesn't have anybody coming in until like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, you're pretty much at their mercy.
So I've always thought about that. But for this instance, we get to be with you and talk more sports. That's not a problem.
Let's get it.
I mean, kind of going to be here most of the day anyway.
Yeah.
Like Casey. Casey's not going anywhere.
It's all good. It's all good. We can make it happen.
Casey, did you eat that whole tub of whatever it was, peanuts?
Ice cream? What do you
About half.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, peanuts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
I
it?
got-
The mix? The
Trail mix.
trail mix?
You got some almonds in there?
We got peanuts, peanut butter chips, raisins, M&Ms, peanut butter chocolate candies, peanut butter pretzel balls, and peanut butter cups.
Did you know it was World Nuts Day yesterday?
Was it really?
Yeah, we talked about it on the show, on the other show.
Which is what?
What do you mean?
How did that go?
What is World Nuts Day?
No, I was setting you up to plug your show.
Oh, I got it. Oh, it went fantastic. Thanks for asking. How did it go? It actually went off the rails because I guess I say the word peanuts a little different than everybody else does.
Yeah, you got to be careful on peanuts.
I know. So Megan, my co-host, kept on getting me to say it, and said it over and over again. And then finally it dawned on me like I'm probably saying a bad word, so I thought I was gonna get in trouble. So it's stressful.
I don't know if it's a bad word.
Well, no, because okay, can I tell the story real quick?
Yeah, well, you're into it, so I mean, might as well finish it.
So you say peanut, right?
Yeah.
Well, I say it with an I instead of a U.
Yeah.
Yeah. So peanut.
Peanut.
Yeah. Now, when I say it a little faster,
Yeah,
then
especially in plural.
You got in plural, and
lot
I
of-
did.
I catch a lot of people that it sounds like that.
Yeah, okay, so it's not just me then.
Yeah.
Because I was made to feel like I'm just an outcast and nobody else talks like I do. So, like, I felt really bad. But I'm glad to hear that you understand the situation.
Yeah, I think when you hear people say peanuts, it sounds a lot like that a lot.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay,
By the
good.
way, it's like,
good.
this isn't a bad word either.
I know. I know. You know, like it's different here than it is over there, Brent. Okay, I'm scared over there sometimes. I'm scared. Okay,
Yeah.
but what is
The
what is the
other
go-to
thing about that is like we never say that word.
Yeah,
We will
no.
call it a variety of other things.
No, for sure, for sure. What are we, 5? What what is? Yeah, exactly. Oh my, hey. If Giannis can say it, anybody can say it. All right, Giannis put Tinkle back on the map, and I will have words to anybody that thinks that it's a
mom's
bad
new
word.
favorite player.
There you go. But what is like your go-to nut? What are you into?
Oh, that's a good call. When I'm trying to eat right, actually,
I'm
I
going
go
to tell
with
you
the
right
dry
there.
roasted peanuts.
When you say you're trying to eat right, that's not the best thing to be eating in terms of the nut family. Is Planters peanuts?
yeah, I know.
See, I did it again.
It's not bad though.
Yeah.
It's not bad, and here's the thing. I won't eat a lot of these at one serving.
Okay.
So when I'm trying to be halfway decent, I try to find things not necessarily that I like, but that I know I won't eat like an enormous portion of.
Yeah. I got you.
And so that's that. My go-to peanut or nut is usually pistachio.
Ooh. I
And
didn't
by
think
the way,
about
thank
those.
you for all the pistachio makers, growers, whatever that is.
Don't
for
say it.
taking it out of the
Don't
show.
come on, but it's part of the process.
No, but here's the deal. I grew up on the red
entitlement,
pistachio.
Brent. Entitlement.
Right?
Red pistachios.
Yeah, red. You don't have red
They're
pistachios.
green, man.
Well, I know, but
I
the
never heard of
case, the shell of it was red. You never had that.
I don't think so. Casey, red pistachios? I've never heard of red pistachios.
Red ones?
Well,
Yeah.
it's the red shell, and then the pistachio inside it.
I
You
only
don't
eat the
have
pistachios that John Cena did those ads for when he
Yep.
was the elephant voice.
Yeah, you guys.
And those,
Did they not make like the red shelled pistachios anymore?
I've never heard of it, man. I'll be honest with
Really?
you. Yeah, seriously.
Well, it ends that way. It used to have like you make your hands red from eating it.
What? Are you sure you're not eating beets? You're eating red pistachios?
Now I got to ask everybody if they've ever.
Yeah,
heard of
go
red
ahead and ask everybody. And ask it in a way that it's not going to favor you like you always do. Because you're so
I'd say
classic
red
for doing that.
pistachio shells.
Okay,
Have you ever heard of them?
All right. I see red pistachio. I mean, are they called chili pistachios?
Do I
Is
need
that
to
what
make
chili
another poll? We already have one poll up.
These are red chili pistachios. Those it? No, because
No,
this got
that's
like
not
chili
it.
flavor. You sure you're eating red pistachio? Here we go. Red pistachio salted.
I'm telling you,
There
this is
we
the
go.
only pistachio I had as a
So
kid.
they're all red?
Yeah.
Is that healthy?
I don't know if it was like a New England thing or whatever, but that's what I
So
grew up
this is
on.
it right here.
Yeah, like so I
Wow.
grew up eating those.
Okay.
And then now, and I knew that like the white shell pistachio
Yeah.
exists, if that would be white, I guess it is.
Sure,
right?
sure, yeah.
And but anyway, I'm like a pistachio ice cream guy.
Oh, Brent.
Yeah.
You're disappointing me so much today, man.
Why? I like pistachio ice cream.
But who makes an ice cream out of nuts? You know, like an ice cream is supposed to be like a sweet treat. You know, it's supposed to be like a dessert. Now you want to add pistachios to it? Gross.
I mean, doesn't like almost every ice cream have nuts in it somewhere
well,
along the
yeah.
way?
I mean, like you can put like on a hot fudge sundae, sure. But I'm saying you're gonna make a whole ice cream out of nuts? No, man. Come on. You're better than that, man.
Bring this up in the morning. Pistachio ice cream.
No,
on
I'm not because
why
I know
would-
what the response is going to
Yeah,
be.
no, the
I know
response
my
is that
audience.
most people like, or a lot of people like pistachio ice cream. You know why I can tell? Because every ice cream store I've ever been in has it.
Yeah, I'm all
Ever.
set. Hey, I'm all set. I've never had it. Don't need to have it.
People like it.
Do they have like?
But anyway,
go
so
ahead.
if you're asking me what my favorite nut is,
Yeah,
it's probably pistachio.
tell you what.
Now,
Yep.
big fan of the macadamia nut too.
Okay, I'm not a good macadamia. Yeah, that's a
That's
good
also
one.
not bad for you.
I'll tell you what. I love me a good walnut. Just like the consistency, it's like meat you're chewing on a little bit.
I will say this: there's got to be an allergy to some nuts that I get like an itchy throat
Oh,
on, like walnuts a little bit.
really?
Even though I like them.
Can't wait to bring some in.
No, I like them. Like I'll eat them.
Gonna put that to
But
the
I'll
test.
I do that with fruit too.
You don't like the fruit?
Like I
Oh,
will
Brent.
not eat. I will not eat like peaches anymore. Like I think
get
it's
hives?
I don't know what it is. There's something to it that I get. Something like allergy kicks in. Plums, nectarine, peach.
So but that's all. They're all kind of like those. I don't know what category I'd put those in, but they're all like They're not exotic fruits, but they're like citrusy, kind of like
Yeah.
yeah.
There's something about the outside part,
like
I believe.
acidic a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, there's something. I
Do
think
you do
it's
oranges?
the skin.
You do oranges?
I will, yeah.
Strawberries?
Yep.
Okay.
That's okay. Strawberry, never a problem. Blueberry, never a problem. Heck, I even like grapefruit, never a problem. Banana's okay.
Yeah.
Although once in a while, banana will throw you
Pineapple.
off. Oh, yeah, no problem.
Interesting.
But
Kiwi.
sometimes even an apple,
Maybe fruits.
kiwi will actually do it, and I love kiwi.
Oh,
Kiwi's
Casey,
really
on the
good.
money. What is Brent allergic to? It's a new game.
Yeah. So kiwi a little bit, but really the most notable one is probably peach. Apples will get me sometimes.
Dang.
Not oranges, though. That's weird that doesn't happen.
Cantaloupe.
Oh,
Yeah, that will get me.
That's not even a
No,
fruit.
cantaloupe will get me.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
Casey, you're on fire. Do you go for
It's
the
not
turkey?
a fruit. Yes, it is.
I mean, but it's the cantaloupe is just whatever.
What fruit? Well, by the way,
In a
back
fruit
to my,
salad, no one's like, oh, I got to get the cantaloupe. Like, it's just you put it, it's a filler.
Well, true, but a real fruit salad will probably have cantaloupe in it.
No, of course, but I'm just saying cantaloupe is the filler
The
of a fruit
throwaway
salad.
is the melon, man. That's
No,
the
for
throwaway.
sure. Like, when has anybody said in a fruit salad, wow, this cantaloupe's really good? Like, no, you got the grapes, you got everything, you got the pineapple. No
Pineapple's the
one's
best.
pumped on cantaloupe, is my point.
Pineapple and kiwi, probably the best.
Kiwi's good.
Strawberry high up there. Blueberries high up there.
Yeah.
You know what I miss? You know what I haven't had in forever? Now that you got me thinking this way. Yeah, I don't know where the hell we're going with this show, but this is
well, we're doing your favorite type of nuts, and now we're doing the fruit.
you know what I haven't had in forever, and I used to have it all the time. Like
Hit me with
I've
it.
had like a bowl of cereal with milk in, whatever, and usually throw a little banana on top.
Sure.
Even as a kid, I used to throw some blueberries on top of that.
Good stuff.
And that's about it. I don't want to cut up stuff. I mean, banana's hard
Did
enough
you
to cut
sprinkle
up.
sugar on there too a little bit in that raisin bran? A little
Only a scoop.
extra kick. You better believe a little
Yeah.
extra kick in that raisin bran. That sugar now.
So, what is the nut of choice if you're trying to be healthy, though? 'Cause a lot of them
almonds are
good
up
for you,
there.
right? Almonds.
Almonds are big.
That'll give me an itchy throat sometimes.
I mean, hey, you had a lot of problems, huh? Like, that's great.
I'm just telling you.
You can't have almonds. You're like a gremlin
It's not
with
that
all
I
these
can't.
rules.
I know
but-
that's
but-
coming down the road.
But you're kind of like a gremlin, where like you got to
Little
watch
bit.
with all these rules. Don't feed
Listen,
them after
man,
midnight. Don't get them wet.
I had no allergies until I was like 18 years old.
Okay.
And then I went and got tested a few years. I mean, I've allergies ever since. I thought it was just like that hay fever allergy you get or something.
Yeah.
At a certain time of year. Now it's everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you give me that test, I'm allergic to everything.
Yep.
Crazy.
So here's a list of the healthiest nuts to eat: almonds, Brazil nuts, cashews,
love the
walnuts,
Brazil nuts.
hazelnuts. Hazelnuts.
Love the hazelnuts. Actually, the hazelnuts are way better than the Brazil nuts.
I've never had Brazil nuts.
Do you know how? I want to tell you one more thing, okay? Now that we're on food.
Yeah, I love
And
it.
anybody that's been to like Starbucks or any other coffee place knows this.
Okay.
See, I was always a little hesitant. I'm just being completely vulnerable here. So I was a little hesitant to tell you if I really like coffee, but I like to have the hazelnut creamer in there or hazelnut syrup in there.
Okay.
All right. I'd rather have hazelnut coffee.
Okay.
I'll go with the vanilla too, but I don't mind regular coffee.
Yeah.
But if I'm ordering it, I'm going to get some hazelnut in there.
Okay.
You know how many people must like that as their
It's
favorite?
always gone.
If I go to Wawa, that one's always empty, right?
I'm
Because
sorry,
of the pandemic,
It's the creamer or the coffee? So the hazelnut coffee. Okay.
flavored.
Okay.
And I'll go I usually go with the creamer. Like I'll buy the creamer and I get regular coffee.
Sure.
You just put the hazelnut creamer in.
Okay.
But so just some semblance of the hazelnut. Well, this must be like the most popular coffee on the planet. Did you know that?
I don't drink coffee, so of course I didn't know that.
Every store is out of hazelnut.
Really? Well, maybe there's like
Every-
a maybe
Well,
there's
there's
a
a shortage.
shortage.
There's
yeah.
a shortage.
Huh.
And so like I've been to a lot of Starbucks this summer.
Yeah.
Okay, in a lot of different cities. Everyone's out. They're out of hazelnut. Nobody. So one of the shortages we have
Yeah.
is hazelnut, apparently.
Do we know what?
And I didn't know it was that popular.
Yeah.
That so many people. Because me with Starbucks and coffee.
Yeah.
I would go to a Starbucks in the morning, and they would have it. I'd go back in the afternoon.
Gone.
They'd be out of it.
Sold out.
So that's how many people like the hazelnut.
I'm Googling right now. Do you know what area they grow in the United States?
I doubt it's in the United States.
That's not the U.S.
That'd be my guess.
Currently, 99% of the U.S. hazelnut crop is produced in the Willamette Valley of Oregon.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that?
The Oregon crop represents 3.5 of the world hazelnut crop.
So are we having a problem with hazelnut because of wildfires, potentially? Oregon, do they have wildfires? Or is it just California?
It's Pacific North. It might be a little bit in Oregon. But I'm saying we should probably go to Oregon and start talking. I mean, I got some friends that live there.
Go the Oregon Trail.
Do you want me to put in the call and maybe see if we can get some black market hazelnut for you?
That'd be great.
Just do some black market over the border? Okay, I'll see what I can do for you, Brent.
I'm easy. I go regular or vanilla.
Brent's next Christmas gift. You're gonna get 2 pounds of hazelnuts. Do with them with what you want. Yeah, make your own coffee.
Yeah, I really don't want to do that. It sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Remember when we were talking about Memphis for golf, and now we're here?
Yeah. Well, you said we could extend the show, so here we are.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Are we supposed to take a break?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know.
Unbelievable, guys.
Yeah, let's do that.
Unbelievable.
You want to take a break?
It's probably the last one, so yeah.
All right, we'll do it. We'll take a break, but we're going to come back for football at 5 for at least a little bit. So the bottom line is the shrimp game is delayed. So
Yeah,
you'll
the
hear
shrimp
it on
game is
ESPN
delayed.
690.
You're not going to hear the pregame start till about 5:20. First pitch for the first game right now, set for 5:35.
That's good. We can talk a little bit more football, less about food and allergies.
At some point, we're doing golf picks.
And we'll do a little golf picks when we come back.
I like it.
And Austin will practice saying peanuts. All commercial break.
I'll try.
All right, welcome back. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. We thought we'd be off by now, but the Jumbo Shrimp have a doubleheader. Slid a little bit because of the weather. So probably be with you until about 10 past 5 or so. Brett Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey. Hope you're having a good day. Jaguars, winners and losers day. Had an energetic practice, to say the least. Another session. Today's Wednesday. So tomorrow's off, and then Friday, they'll be back out there. That one open to the public if you registered, jaguars.com. Saturday as well, and then the scrimmage on Sunday. Get out there, see the Jags play. Last time for free, you'll be able to see the Jags play before the preseason, the regular season. Trevor Lawrence in the stadium for the first time. Say you were there. That is Sunday morning, but you got to register on jaguars.com. All right, golf picks. I killed everybody last week. Absolutely crushed everybody. Are you trying to make a little comeback, Casey?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the plan, not to lose.
Set the table, if you will.
So here's a situation, Austin. I know you're deep into who you should pick. You're looking for ball strikers here, iron players, guys that are good off the tee.
Go on.
Putting, not that important, so I know that's gonna weigh in. Major event, not a major championship, but a big event, a World Golf Championship in Memphis, the WGC, St. Jude, FedEx St. Jude. And the obvious winner here is going to be Daniel Berger. He's been really good here. He's been good this year.
He has been good this year.
He's won this event twice. The other time he finished second.
Wow.
So I hedge my bets with Florida State grad Daniel Berger.
That's a guy that does some homework. Here's who I'm going to take. I'll give you a little more time to check out everybody's mugshot.
Well, I'm trying to find the mug shots. It's hard.
Here you go. You want it?
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to need it eventually.
You know,
What do you want? Okay, I got you.
Get ready for Cameron Champ to go on a little bit of a run. What happens in golf is guys, they get hot for a little bit. Obviously, there was the Olympics, so he couldn't. But he won recently. Cameron Champ did.
Correct.
And I say he gets his biggest win of his life.
Wow.
In back-to-back, more or less.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Well, it's not really back-to-back, though. So, I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Austin?
Casey's not. So are we picking just a winner? We're not
Just
picking
a winner.
Just a winner.
No sleepers because
We're not going to pick gold, silver, and whatever again?
I know. We should just go gold, silver, bronze from here on out.
All right. Well, okay. I got to see your phone quick. All right. It's in Memphis, right?
Yes.
Right? Okay. Who eats a lot of barbecue out of these guys? Dude, all day. Cameron Smith is going to bring it.
Resident.
Jack's Beach.
Oh, that's right. I don't want to jinx him then because I feel like my picks always do
Cameron
bad.
Smith's a good pick, by the way.
Cameron Smith,
good player,
is going to be the winner of your champion.
You can really pick anybody in this field. The field's good.
WBC? WGC?
WGC.
That's the boxing championship, WBC. Cameron Smith, everybody lock it in right now. College tuition's on the line. Do it.
Cameron Smith against Mike Tyson.
More golf picks. Fantasy from the Fairway on YouTube. That's my show. Shameless plug.
I love it. I like he's not afraid to get the plugs in.
Check out Cameron Smith versus Jake Ball for the WBC title coming up too
Football
this
at
fall.
5. Short edition next on ESPN 690.